Hey guys, Rob from Georgia here with you, aka VHS82 apostrophe, with day number 5 of our 31 days of horror. And man, it's about time we drop some Lucio Fulci, man, on the scene today, man, with House by the Cemetery. You know I'm gonna raise the issue of the entirety of the Gates of Hell trilogy. This is the first no, it's not, man. This is like the last entry. I don't know, man. This is like one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Loosely connected as it is my favorite trilogy. Loosely connected. But City of the Living Dead is probably my favorite of the 3. The Beyond, of course. I've got all 3. In fact, I just pulled the old Blue Underground off the shelf. My 3-disc special collector's edition. It sits up there in a it's kind of position where if I pull it, everything else comes out. I just grab this one, but I do have it, man, and the score's in there and all the extras, commentaries. It's just Blue Underground has done some phenomenal work with their releases of late. House by the Cemetery, man. Lucio Fulci, of course. 1 hour and 26 minutes, man. Katrina McCall, Paulo Malto, Giovanni Frezza, of course. Of course. Giovanni De Nava as Dr. Friedstein. Sergio Savalti on the cinematographer, of course, the Gates of Hell trilogy, man. Giannato De Rossi on the special effects, right? And man, what can you say? I mean, Fulci went from 79 Zombie to probably the New York Ripper. Let's just call it there. He went on a tear, man, that is unlike any tear maybe in horror cinema history. Against other filmographies of other directors in its entirety. I don't know, man. We're talking House by the Cemetery, man. It has got some really awesome scenes. Paulo Malco's character, him and his family, he's coming to do some research. A young family moves from their cramped New York City apartment to a spacious new home in New England, but this is no ordinary house in the country. The previous owner was a deranged Dr. Freudstein, whose monstrous human experiments have left a legacy of bloody mayhem. Now someone or something is alive in the basement, and home sweet home is about to become a horrific hell on earth. He's somebody. How does he work for an insurance? No, a real estate. The place that he works for. He's doing research on the guy who had taken up residence in the house that he's now in. I think he killed himself or something. Anyways, they this house in New England, they settle in there so he can continue his research. His little boy is befriended by a ghost, who you see right there behind me for a second. And she's warning him, get out, and all the warnings are there. And of course, they're unheeded. And Dr. Freudstein, man, he's been down in this basement forever, man. And he manages to somehow keep himself alive by just butchering people and taking their body parts and just somehow keeping himself alive, man. This got some memorable moments. The knife through the back of the head at the very beginning gag, where it just kind of, it's a great doc on how they did it, how they pulled it off. But man, that thing comes right out, and it just, the illusion, man. You got, of course, the Bob's dubbing, which doesn't bother me. It bothers everyone else in the world. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't bother me. It really never has. The scene where they're all trapped in the basement towards the end, and his mom, man, Katrina McCall is being dragged down the stairs, man, is so insanely intense, man. The end, man, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know, the score, man. I don't know. It's one of those movies, man. It's along with The Beyond, along with City of the Living Dead. For the longest time, I had actually this movie mixed up with when I was really young. I would get confused with the ghost house, Lindsay's ghost house, but probably because they were both filmed in the same house location. Since then, yeah, I can easily differentiate things now. But anyways, just a lot of gore, a lot of mayhem, nasty business, man, going on in this house with Freudstein, and it's interesting. Of course, a Lucio Fulci cameo in there. I think he's got a scene with Palamalco talking about just why he's being put on this research. And it's just, man, it's just good stuff, man. It's just good stuff. I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to keep these short bursts, man. The main point here is House by the Cemetery. I cannot think of many films during October that ought to get multiple viewings, as well with the entirety of the Gates of Hell trilogy, man. It's just a perfect trilogy to run through on some Friday night, weekend, whatever. It's just, man, yeah, I got this corner. You can't see it. I got this corner over there. I got like a 27 by 40 poster for the House by the Cemetery. It's beautiful. See the old artwork. It got compliments of Arrow, some of my City of Living Dead, well, Gates of Hell, right? AKA poster. And some nice artwork for the Beyond. It's just got my Fulci, my Gates of Hell corner, man. Dude, I love this. I love this freaking trilogy. It's just so awesome. Anyways, you could do a lot worse. You got to see it, man. You got to see it. House by the Cemetery, Lucio Fulci. It's a mandatory watch during the month of October as we roll through 31 Days of Horror. So, day number 5, some Lucio Fulci. I'm sure his name. Remember, throughout the month, man, it is favorite directors, and Lucio Fulci is at the top of the heap. We will come back to him again, but tomorrow I think we got a little Stuart Gordon coming. An interesting one I just thought of actually this morning when I was looking at my shelf. I'm like, there's a perfect one. Let's do that. We'll come back to him a little bit maybe throughout the month. So Stuart Gordon tomorrow. Anyways, as always, enjoy your October, man. This month is made for horror, and horror is made for this month, man. As always, go Bills.
This is not a dream. Not a dream.
We might be useful to you.